So paradigms are basically the different maps or frameworks that we all have inside our heads through which we contextualize the world. Okay, you can think of them as different lenses through which we view the world. They affect the way we perceive, understand, interpret, and filter life, if you will. Now, what's interesting is that we're usually unaware that we have them. Okay, and this is big, and this is the first thing I really want you to realize here. We think that we see things objectively, that we see things as they are. Right now, I'm looking at you, I'm looking at a camera. Here's a light, here's a whiteboard, here's a computer. I mean, this is the world. Everyone sees it like this. I have a very objective view on things. This is how it is. But that's not the case, okay? You don't see the world as it is, but as you're conditioned to see it. Remember that. You don't see the world as it is, but as you're conditioned to see it. From the moment you're born, from the moment you're thrown into this world, you are being blasted with all this information just coming from all angles, okay? During your upbringing, from your family, your friends, school, work, the media, the news, the internet, social media, movies, TV, music, okay? Like all this information's just being blasted at you, and whether you're aware of it or not, it shapes the way you perceive the world, okay? It shapes the paradigms through which you filter life. Okay, and another one too, by the way, are the already pre-existing paradigms. So we think, oh, you know, we have a very objective view of things. Bullshit. Okay, from the moment you come into this world, it's similar to, you know, I have these now popular blue light blocking glasses. It's as if someone puts these glasses on. You come into the world, baby, bang, glasses. And this is now how you see things. And because it's always been like this, you're not even aware that you're wearing the glasses. It's crazy. It's similar to me with a 3 out of 10 baseline. Because it's always been this way, I wasn't even aware of it. The same thing here. We're like, oh, we have a very objective view of things. No. Okay, we're conditioned to the point that we don't even know that we're conditioned. So this is the first thing I want you to realize here. Okay, let it sink in. The second thing, and this one's huge, is that we almost never question how accurate they are. Okay, what if you were given the wrong map, the wrong framework? Someone gave you glasses that didn't work. What if you were entrenched in a paradigm that's built on a false assumption? And this here changes everything. Okay, so we're unaware that we view things through these paradigms, that we view the world through these lenses, and we never question how accurate they are. So I want, okay, what we're seeking, the reason we don't get it is because it's in a different paradigm. To get there, we need to take the fucking glasses off. And this is also something, by the way, that Stephen Covey talks about in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I love the example he gives. He says that if you're in Chicago, for example, and someone gives you a map of Detroit. Here's a map of Detroit. Go find your way around. It doesn't matter how much you work on your behavior, like becoming more positive. There's one, I'm gonna be more positive. I have a much more positive outlook. I'll never complain. It doesn't matter how hard you work at it. I'm just gonna hustle my way to figure out this map and figure out my way to where I'm going. It doesn't matter how much you work on your attitude, on your beliefs, all the affirmations, or how much you meditate. Guess what? Nothing's gonna work because you have the wrong fucking map. Okay, so remember this. This is huge. As long as you're operating in a certain paradigm, you will not find a way out. You know, if someone gives you, for example, that map of Detroit and you're in Chicago, and say you've spent 30 years trying to find your way around Chicago with the map of Detroit, and someone comes up to you, shows you a video, and they're like, hey, you got the wrong map. Wrong map, that's Detroit, throw it away. Are you just gonna be like, thank you, and just toss it? Fuck no. You've spent 30 years investing in this map, just obsessing over it. There's that energy, there's probably part of your identity that's attached to it. You're not gonna wanna be like, I've made a mistake. Let me toss this and acknowledge that I've wasted all this energy, all this time with the wrong map, you're going to be very invested and very attached to it. You're not going to want to let go of it. So it's kind of like quicksand, you know. You're stuck in a paradigm, and the more time you spend, the more you do in this paradigm, keeps reinforcing the original assumption, and the more you invest and the less you want to drop it. Okay, you become addicted to it, and in a lot of cases, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, where basically you're going to start seeking out evidence, and this usually happens unconsciously, but you're going to start seeking out evidence to reinforce that original assumption, to reinforce that paradigm. Okay, and it doesn't matter how obscure the evidence is, you're going to try to find it, and you're going to ignore evidence of the contrary.